how the lockdown and pandemic has treated the industry of the content and marketing?
I think we've been lucky in that terms because more people were staying home now, right? हर कोई घर पे है, so the first thing that you do is like switch on streaming services, right? Netflix's business went up. Everybody who was online, their business basically went up. Even people who are making shit content, their business is still booming. Where people have nothing else to do but to watch them, right? So yeah, so if you talk about like content creators and how COVID impacted them, I'm pretty sure on the content based on the consumption of their content, it has drastically gone up, right? In fact, I literally grew throughout to 61,000 subscribers now with only just about like 18, 19 videos. And I grew throughout the pandemic, right? So in January, I shut down the channel. I did not do anything on the channel for about a month and a half. I lost my father then. I had to go to India overnight.
Oh,
So I couldn't do anything, and I had no clue that what I was going to do. And so when I came back, it was February, and the pandemic had still just started. When I landed back in Canada, they were testing people. When I landed in India in January, they already were testing people on over there at the IGI airport. But the point was, yeah. So when I came back, I was like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just start it because I was not in a very good mood at that time for obvious reasons. My dad had just gone away, and yeah, I had to be there for about 20 days, and I had to do a lot of stuff in those 20 days. I had to get my mom back to Canada, so I was not in the right frame of mind to make content. That's what I thought for a very long. It went on for about a month. I came in February, the end of February, 24th to be precise, and I took a month to actually come up to convince myself to make a video. Here my wife was she's always been a very monumental figure in my life. Like she's always been like, nahi, tu jaake kar, right? Because we dated for a very long time and then we got married. So we were really good friends as well at the same time. So she was like, just we have to snap out of it and you have to deliver content now that you have started it. So I did that, and our first video did like after my dad passed away. That was in March 31st March. I released my to for me the channel actually started from March this year. Although the first video came out in December, right? The first video did 2 lakh views. So that was the bang. It was a terrible video. I hate that video. If I looked at that video, I was not in the right frame of mind because you've been following me from Men's XP time, right?
yeah,
Yeah. So
we
I
have been seeing it.
yeah, so I've been like the format was different there. There were two people there, right? You have two guys bouncing off their jokes off each other and stuff, right? So there was the format was completely different. And now here I am. I I I have a room that's a studio. I have a very small time room, and it looks like garbage. It's not even a proper studio, right? And I don't even use a DSLR camera or proper lighting. I just shoot from my phone. Everything that you see on my YouTube till now, I don't have a camera. I do it from my phone. I shoot it on 4K and stuff like that, right? So I did that, and our first video after when my dad went away, the the video was a big hit. It was on Roadies, I guess. The video was an instant hit. So I was like, okay, fair enough. Then I should do it. Then I kept doing it. Then Love Aajkal review I did, and that also went viral. Then the four more shots, which is something that I'm known for right now. That is the four more shots that I like. If you type four more shots on YouTube, the first one is my video rather than being the trailer of four more shots. So there was so much engagement. It went pretty well. So after that, I was like pretty much sure that I have to do this. So by this time, I had found the thing that okay, I can break away because people loved what I did at Men's XP so much, what we did at Men's XP so
Indeed.
much, yeah, that they were not ready to accept me without him or him with somebody else and me not being in the picture. So while they were starting off their new thing in India, right, and I was starting off my new thing here, so we both had massive backlash. If you look at my first video and their first video without me, there was a atrocious backlash, right? People were like not accepting anything, like we want you together and shit like that. But it was not going to happen, right? It was as simple as that. I was like, "मैं सात समंदर पार बैठा हूँ," and I cannot do that. If people were like, "Do it on the call" and stuff like that, it cannot happen. If you do it on the call, there would be not. You cannot edit first of all, right? How much would you edit? it's just
True,
terrible.
true.
Yeah, on call it's like अब हम लोगों को करना पड़ रहा है जैसे हम कर रहे थे कोविड का है. Then it's a different thing, but back then it was no COVID, right? So people wouldn't have watched the videos. So anyway, I just went forward, and now I'm at a point that I don't want anybody with myself. Even if I get a good partner, I would just use them for in a couple of videos, but I would not be like, yeah, कि हमें मेरे को करना है किसी और के साथ. So yeah, if you talk about content, it is the right time for every creator to create good content and put it out because people are free and they're watching stuff.
Okay, so beautifully answered. We all really love your fun-packed and laughter-packed reviews, and we love watching you. As the time is passing by, we are seeing that Indian preferences of Indian audience is changing. Indian audience is shifting from the big banner movies to the quality content. Like Race 3 and Thugs of Hindustan didn't perform well on the box office. So, what is your opinion regarding this?
Bro, the point is you would have to see how the Indian audience reacts, what they want, and how they react to certain movies, right? Indian जो audience है, if you look at the chunk of the major Indian audience, वो बेचारी दुखी है. They are paying taxes. They are middle class, lower middle class people. Then they are the third tier community that there is, right? And those guys have enough problems in their life. They look at cinema as something to give them relief for the next 2 to 3 hours, right? And that's how superstars are born. Like, so if you they go into a theater to forget about their misery, they go into the theater thinking that this star would take me in a different world for at least 3 hours of my life, of my miserable day, right? So this is how the Indian audience is, and I'm talking about at least, if not 80% above, I'm talking about 65% minimum. People still love going to watch Salman Khan on the big screen. No matter how much people hate, no matter how
Indeed,
much
yeah.
people would roast him, he is a superstar. He is a phenomenon. People would still go and watch him. People would still go and watch Shah Rukh and Akshay as well. Because these guys come from an era which actually took people into a different world of cinema, right? So you can divide cinema into two things. I'm not an expert. I'm just telling you like a very general person, like a person would think about what's happening, right? I'm not a film critic at all. So there's this era where you look at superstars and you look at like they would play chocolate boys, they would play action heroes, right? And they would never do the wrong thing on the screen, right? No anti-heroes, no culture of anti-heroes, right? And then Nawazuddin and then this whole Sacred Games team comes in, Gangs of Wasipur come in. Anurag Kashyap is a visionary, brilliant guy. He comes in,
Indeed, yeah.
he makes brilliant movies, right? Brings the audience close to the reality of life. What happens? Then hardcore reality comes into screen. Like look at Gangs of Wasipur, वो पूरी बस्तियों में shoot हुई है. There's no aspirational value about that movie, but it's a very good watch. But it never made it really, really big, like commercial hit, because that brings me to my point, right? People don't want to watch that thing. People want to watch Salman dancing, man, and they want to see an item number which is worth their money. So the so when it comes to actually evaluating a movie with the money you are paying, a lot of people in India still think that we want to have a good time instead of going and watching hardcore reality that we always watch on the streets. Right? Gangs of Wasipur is something like you would actually, if you walk into a basti, you would see happening.
See
All the,
the
yeah, the same thing happening there, right? So there's a huge segmentation between who wants to watch what, right? I would not say that people who want to go into a theater and watch a 3 hour long Salman flick are bad or their choice is bad. No, that's completely their choice. Let them do what you enjoy. Something else, I enjoy something else. That does not make you bad or me bad. That's the point.
indeed, yeah.
So anybody who says I don't know why Salman Khan gets the movies and shit like that, Salman Khan gets movies because he's Salman Khan, right? He has this thing, he has a persona that he has built over the years around it. And that's why do people want to watch Shah Rukh on the big screen? Because he makes them feel good. He makes you get an aspirational value. People would still watch Akshay Kumar doing action because we have grown up on Akshay Kumar being our action hero idol, right? He's the Indian John Claude Van Damme, whatnot. So that's what I'm saying. And then you come up to all these Ranveer Singh, Ranveer Kapoors, but these guys would never be the superstars or the mega stars. Have you ever seen anybody having a Ranveer Singh जैसे कपड़े कोई पहन सकता है? कोई लड़का पहन के निकलेगा? घाघरे पहन के
No,
कोई जाएगा?
never.
नहीं जाएगा. They lack that relatability. When Tere Naam came out, everybody was wearing Salman bhai. bracelets. Everybody had their long hair. I remember I was in 7th or 8th class and all the seniors were actually having like this big hair. And they used to be like, they have bootcut jeans on, like tight as, I mean, they would look terrible. But what does it tell you? That
Following was
Salman, yeah,
super strong.
Salman has incredible following because what he does, people think that's doable, right? Right now, what stars? Why do people love Nawaz? Because Nawaz gives you a vibe that okay, this is how things happen. This is how a real person looks. This is how a real person talks when he's in the jail, right? Sacred Games में था, and how Anurag puts. Oh, there's this thing on Netflix. You should watch it. I I forgot the name of that thing. So that show interviews the show has 30 minutes small interviews of every visionary director and other artists from India. So उसमें अनुराग कश्यप का भी है क्या? अनुराग tells that I do not ever tell my actors the script before. When they come on the set, then I tell them and I tell them to be themselves, and then I do the camera work. So that's when I felt like that I never do my scripting. I would never want anybody to script a lot for me because I want to bring in the characters. I want to bring in the stuff that people relate to, right? So and also Anurag writes his own characters for the people. सलमान वगैरह के लिए क्या होता है कि पिक्चरें लिखी जाती हैं, दे आर सो बिग कि पिक्चर उनके अराउंड लिखी जाएगी, राइट?
उनके around लिखी जाती
These guys actually build characters and then go out casting. They don't do casting first and build a character for them. सलमान में देख रहा है कैसा हो रहा है कि सलमान में व्हाट बी लाइक, सलमान एक्टर है, अब कैरेक्टर बनाओ इनके लिए। पर यहाँ नवाज एक्टर है, अब इसके लिए कैरेक्टर बनाया जाएगा जो नवाज उसको करेगा। सो देयर आर ऑपोजिट थिंग्स देयर। So I still feel, bro, it will take a lot of time because in India, you know how things are. Okay, the below poverty line people, they live their entire month in a movie. Sometimes they have just enough money to go and watch a movie on a big screen. Yeah, and I would still think that mega stardoms would end with Salman, Shah Rukh, and Amir. It's not going to come again. Ranveer Kapoor, they're
indeed.
never going to. So mega stars, they are good stars. Ranveer is a great guy, but they would never make mega stars and stuff like that. I don't see that coming, right? So yeah, it's different. People are consuming content very differently. हमें लगता है कि हर कोई Netflix देख रहा है, हमें लगता है कि हर कोई ये देख रहा है because we live in tier 1 cities. We live in
Indeed, yeah.
Bombay, we live in Pune, Maharashtra. We hang out with people who are like us, who are in the know-how of pop culture. But that's not the truth. You are far from the truth. Go 50 kilometers ahead of Gurgaon, and you'll go to a गांव and you would find किसी भी झुग्गी झोपड़ी में किसी कच्चे मकान में जाके देख ली शाहरुख और सलमान के पोस्टर लगे होंगे आज भी कटे हुए. People will still wear bell bottoms there. So
Indeed, yeah.
everybody, even if the internet is way cheap and it's reaching people, Netflix's content is very much for generation people like us. It's not for everybody. Even our parents cannot watch Sacred Games, bro.
Yeah, they
They
will feel
cannot.
uncomfortable
Yeah,
for
they would
sure.
start. Even if they are alone, they would feel uncomfortable. They will feel very. I mean, they would be like, "What are they talking about? Why are they giving so many galis?" Because they, in their era, it was never like this. Like it was a taboo to even say "sale," and now they're saying, right. So that's how I would put it. Content consumption has changed absolutely, but people think that it has completely changed. That's a very blanket statement. Don't say that. It's nothing like that. Not even close to that. It अभी भी अगर सलमान अपनी 70 सिंगल स्क्रीन पे पिक्चर रिलीज करेगा, वो अभी भी कमर्शियली उतनी ही बड़ी हिट होगी जितनी 2 साल पहले हिट हुई. और नवाज अभी भी अगर कोई कमर्शियली हिट देगा तो रात अकेली है वाज अ वेरी गुड मूवी नेटफ्लिक्स पे. It never did well.
Indeed, yeah.
It
Yeah,
never did
watch
well.
it.
And Nawaz as a lead actor, people would not take him. People would not accept him. We would, but on a larger scale, people who want to see actual heroes on the screen, they would
People
never
won't.
take him.
Same. So moving forward, sir, there are some rapid fire questions. So we would like to know your three all-time favorite Bollywood movies and the reasons behind.
Oh wow. All-time favorite Bollywood movies? Okay. One
Yes, sir.
one would be yeah, Andaz Apna Apna, Hera Fairy, and Bhagam Bhag.
Okay.
Andaz Apna Apna, for obvious reasons, it was a
Okay.
cult. It was way beyond its time. Every joke. Salman Bhai acted in one movie. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, like Salman ने आज तक अपनी एक पिक्चर में काम किया है and वो थी. Like good jokes, great slapstick. I loved it.
Andaz.
Yeah, and Hera Fairy again. Akshay Kumar. I think Akshay Kumar is a lot like I am with my comedy because he's from Delhi and I'm from Delhi, and we same share the same temperament of delivering our thoughts to people. And we are actually not joking. We're talking about how we feel about a subject, and it becomes funny, right? So it has always been like that. I loved Hera Fairy, both the movies, and Bhagam Bhag was again. Govinda is an outstanding comic. People. I don't know. He does not get the
Yes, sir.
due
We all
credit.
agree on it.
He plays Babla in the movie, and that bro, I can watch that movie every night almost. I find it so funny. People find it weird. My wife finds it very weird that I love that movie. And Deewane Hue Pagal is another mention. I'm telling you, four Deewane Hue Pagal. Hamara Pagal Deewane you must have seen, right? Deewane Hue Pagal was the second part which flopped,
No,
but
sir.
it is a hilarious movie. It's a hilarious movie. Yeah, so all of
We will
his movies I
definitely
love.
watch it.
Yeah, Deewane Hue Pagal. If you like senseless, a little senseless comedy, it's a pretty good movie. It's a pretty good movie. So yeah, this was it. These are the three, four movies that I like.
So the second question in the rapid fire will be your three all-time worst movie experiences.
Oh my god, there have been so many. Race 3 has to be the first one. Worst experience ever. Right? The, what else? It's such bad movie. Race 3 was bad. Another thing that was really bad was I hated Bulbul Azhar. I don't know why people like that movie on Netflix. Right? And then there was this movie. Mrs. Serial Killer. Like, I'm amazed how these people even get funding to make this.
Exactly.
Yeah. How do you get the money to, and how do you have the guts to shit like this? Like on a platform like Netflix, in which millions of people are watching. So these have to go in my top three worst moments, or like worst movies I've ever watched.
So, moving forward, your best movie review till date, whether it is from Honestly Saying or Honest Review.
Mm. I would say my best till date would be Suryavanshi, which I did on Honestly Saying.
Okay.
Uh, एंड आई डिड हिंदुस्तानी भाव एंड इंडिया की पॉन की बुक करके किया था मैंने ऑनेस्टली सेइंग पर ही इट वाज अ फ्लॉलेस थिंग एंड आई टेल यू फन फैक्ट अबाउट दैट थिंग Ekta's team got something done and that video did a lakh in 2 hours. That video
Okay.
had it actually gone with the velocity it was growing, it would have done a million views in 2 or 3 days flat. But something happened and impressions flattened out with like the video stopped at 99,000, bro. It stopped at 99,000. The video was getting 10,000 views per half an hour. It fell to 70 views per 1 hour. That's what happened with the video. Nobody knows why. I wrote to YouTube, nobody replied. So yeah, those two were the best, and the third one would be Namaste London that I did with Nand XP. So though I still don't like the Race 3 one personally, and I'm pretty sure
Okay.
Zan wouldn't like that the best either. I think Namaste London was one of our funniest. Yeah,
Indeed, we have watched the Namaste London thing, and literally,
it
it is
was so
like
funny. It was so funny.
not at all a good movie. Yeah.
It's a
So,
bad movie, man.
so nicely.
Yeah.
And I guess we all enjoyed talking with you, and it is really an honor for us to have you. You are our second guest.
Thank
We have
you.
interviewed Sumit sir as of now, and you are our second guest. And for the concluding the interview, we would just like to have some advice and suggestions from your side. That if any individual inspires or aspires to become a content creator or marketer and want to enter the industry, so what are the steps he should take, and what is the correct path? If you could briefly tell us the advices and suggestions.
Bro, I would say if you want to be like a creator, if you are a creator, have this belief in yourself. First of all, never take inspiration from other creators. Look up to them. Look up to them, but never try to do what they're doing. Never try to duplicate. क्योंकि वो तो है ना, वो है जो कर रहा है. तुम कुछ और करो. It's good having idols. It's good having people who inspire you, but never try to copy what they're doing. A lot of content creators, I see them, they message me, they got inspired by my video and they made this video and they thought that it would do good, but it did not do good, right? And then they are depressed that our content does not work. Your content does not work because you did not put any originality in this. People
Indeed,
have been
agreed.
already doing it. Yeah, be yourself. Second thing is like be yourself in the video. Don't, you are what you are, you cannot change it, right? Put that out and feel confident about it. Feel very confident about it. For creators especially, Some people are very funny, some people are very good at acting, some people are very good at speaking, but they never come out thinking that what would people think. People would think उनका काम है कहना, उनका काम है सोचना उल्टी सारी चीजें तुम्हारी. And trust me, the more hate you get on your comments, probably you are actually growing more. Not in every case. दीपक कलाल को भी बहुत गालियां पड़ती हैं, लेकिन but sometimes you are doing the right things and people start to hate on you and they would love to hate on you. So which is closely somewhere related to Carrie Minati's case as well. So, but that's the point, man. If you are doing it, just be yourself. Be yourself. Have like strong faith in yourself, but don't be like go overboard with. Be like, okay, I'm so overconfident. I'm putting this out. It would be a hit. You have to evaluate things. And if you want to market your content, I would say if you want to market your content, that's very different from being a creative content creator. See, I'm also finding that way of being a very good marketer along with being a very good creative. So if you are actually, what happens if you are actually very good creative, chances are you will not be a good marketer. So that's why I look up to Shah Rukh Khan a lot here. Shah Rukh is a great creative and he's a genius marketer. He markets very well, right? So that's why I look up to that guy a lot. Yeah, very well spoken guy, very well read guy, and he knows how to market his movies. He knows how to make his how to act and stuff. So marketer, to market your stuff, you should be first. You should be first very well aware about the fact that what is your product, right? And what is your audience? Who are you making this content for? And you would only get to know this not like with the first video. This is an actual learning curve that's huge. You would be like making hundreds of videos and then you will get to know, okay, this is my, yeah, this is my tunnel to travel in now, this is my one thing. And this would require you multiple trials and errors. I made mistakes on my channel. Everybody makes mistakes, but do you keep making them or do you learn from them, right?
We learn from.
Yeah. So initially when you once you see, that's the point. A content creator, people say let's become a content creator. It's not that you become a content creator. You don't set out on Instagram to make. If you go back to my Instagram, go to 2017, there are 30 likes on my videos, 30 likes on my 20 likes, right? I never posted on Instagram only. Yeah, my wife used to like tell me that you should post fitness stuff, right? And I was like, I'm still not I'm not active on Insta that as much, right? And I'm like, I don't want to post my personal life sometimes, right? So I never set out to become a creator. You just find to happen to bounce upon your or come across your thing that you want to do. So if you have found that thing, that this is something that I've accidentally come in contact and I found this side of myself that I really love to do and I'm doing justice to it and people like it, then go ahead. Don't think twice. Because there's always one thing that you like to do and you can do it very well. But you have your doubts. And the more intelligent you are, the more you would doubt yourself. That's why idiots on YouTube grow a lot. So yeah, this is what it is, man. If you stumble upon something that you are good doing, you can be an engineer who wants to do bartending, right? For example, and you're really good at making drinks, for an example, right? And you are a good host, so why not try it? And if people like it, you have something. Like the same thing happened with me. I can speak of my experience, right? I can speak of and from my experience that the YouTube thing happened to me. I did not set out to be a YouTuber. I did not set out to be a content creator. I accidentally discovered something that, okay, I'm really good at this. And then when I knew that I'm good at this, I took it seriously. I was like, why not? If life is throwing this opportunity at you, realize it and go grab it. And don't think twice. Even if you move really, very slow, move slow. Slow progress is better than no progress. And persevere, man. Don't give up. You would have like bad days. You would be pulled down, depression, anxiety, and stuff. I've dealt with those things, but don't give up. Don't. Get back on your feet. It may take months to recover, but you have to get back on your feet. I mean, look at Tanmay. Tanmay was in depression after AIB split and stuff, stuff like that. And on Twitter also, he was like, I cannot pulled this down and stuff. But that dude still came out, and now his channel is like all the rage in India. So there are people. If you look at positive things, you will find positive things. If you set out to look negative things, you will look at negative, right? So yeah, being a content creator, be absolutely three top tips would be immune to what people say, but also do not be tone deaf. Be immune to what people say, but don't be tone deaf. Do not always listen to your audience. What they say, what they want from you. Maybe you are. If there are a lot of people criticizing you on the right point, please apologize. Do not come about as a very arrogant or a snooty person, right? You are on social media, you're popular because they love you, and you need to respect that, right? So that's the king. But also don't be bogged down by idiots who are commenting again and again stupid shit. Don't be bogged down by them as well, right? That would be my first tip. Second tip, be yourself. Don't be like, I want to be like this, I want to be like that. You cannot. Everybody is born different. Okay, you can look up to somebody, but never mimic somebody, right? एक mimicry artist होता है और एक होता है actual artist. There's a huge difference between the success of the both, right? So this is a vague example, but get the point that I'm trying to convey is don't copy anybody. And third would be like, be very consistent with your content. Even if you're lagging behind, just catch up, try and do more and more content. See, everybody would tell you, I don't have time. I have a job. I have a full-time, full-fledged job. I'm managing digital marketing accounts of the one of the biggest sports companies in the world right now, right? And it's very hectic. My audience is in India, right? And I have to work out. I have a family. I have to take them out as well, right? I have to pay my rent. I moved to a new country. I have to pay for my cars and stuff. Everything. This is life, bro. You cannot complain about it. That I don't have time. I don't have this. That's why I don't understand why do people say I don't have 45 minutes for myself, my own body, right? Which I always tell people, don't give me bullshit excuses. The photo shoots that you guys saw on Men's XP, they still use my photographs in some of their articles. That transformation, bro, came about at the busiest point in my life. I was an editor at Men's XP. I was doing honest reviews. You wouldn't believe I was driving from Rohini to Gurgaon almost 2.5 hours one way, crazy traffic every day. So nearly 3 hour plus of driving, huge stress. I used to reach home at 8 o'clock. I used to throw my bag in, and my gym used to close at 9:30. I was at the gym at 8:15, right? And I have to do that. You have to be very, very focused to what you get. You can be slow, go at your own pace. Don't be pressurized by stuff. Don't put extreme pressure, right? Go slow, think about what you're trying to do, right? And then just take the action. For the longest time, I was just a thinker. I used to think. But then I put actions to those thoughts and I saw the results. And you would also see that. You would also see that. Absolutely. So do things. Do not give excuses to not do things. Find a way. There has to be a way to do things. If there is not, you still did your hard work, right? So you would be never like you would look into a mirror and you would never be like, I could have done that, but I did not give enough. I did not put in the hard work that I could have, right? You can lie to the world, but you cannot lie to yourself. At the end of the day, you go to the bed, you go to your bed and you sleep, and then you think, oh my God, I could have done that, but I procrastinated. That's fine. You did it for one day, 2 days, you are just human. But if you are doing it deliberately and it's coming back and killing you and hurting your growth, then you have to get out of that loop, right? Which right now nowadays a lot of memes would be like, oh, I'm a procrastinator, and I relate to that. People think that's cool and stuff, but that has reached to a point which has actually made people procrastinators, and they think it's good procrastinating. They think it's good to be lazy. They think it's good to be just like body positivity. Body positivity is a very different thing from what it has been made. It has actually made people lazy. It has actually made people more prone to diabetes. That's not what body positivity is. Don't bully people, right? That's body positivity. But if you are sitting on 200 kilos and your blood pressure is through the roof, and if a doctor or if a trainer tells you to lose some pounds and people get offended on it, that's wrong. Somebody's telling you to get it right. Bullies will always be there, bro. And bullies are the worst things to happen. I was bullied so much, right? I was a fat guy. Although I was an athlete, I was a strong guy, but I was fat. But the point is, there were bullies, and then there were people who actually told me that you need to take this shit seriously, bro. They did not bully me. They did not demean me. They told me that you need to go lose some weight. But now, if somebody tells you, even with the right intention, you need to go lose some weight, they would get offended. They would go on the internet and would yell about it like to no end. Instead of that, you wasted 2 hours sitting on your computer yelling, right? It does not make a difference about everybody else, right? So those 2 hours you could have given to your body at the gym, or probably just walk, right? Work towards it. So it depends how you take criticism. Never listen to bullies. Prepare for how you're going to come back and give it to the bullies, and how you prepare for that to give it back to the bullies is taking the right people's criticism and taking that in a stride and applying it for your own constructive actually outlook towards life. So that's what the thing is, bro. That's what the thing
Indeed, so we are really impressed and we are really
is. Thank you, bro.
motivated by hearing all the wisdom you have shared with us. And it is really a nice and really a great experience to have you with us. And it was the answers you gave, the topics we talked about. I guess
Mm.
it will help our audience a lot to learn from you. And I guess we all will be connected. And yes, it was a really great thing. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for
Thank you for
giving
having me,
us your
guys.
time. Thank you so much for talking for such a 90-minute strong content interview,
Yeah.
and it was really a great thing.
Mm.
Thank you so much, sir. Good night. I guess उधर क्या time हो रहा है sir अभी?
It's 12 o'clock in the noon, man. 12 बजे दोपहर के.
Okay. So good
Yeah.
afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
For that matter. तो सर आपका एक्सपीरियंस अगर आप शेयर करना चाहें कि आपको कैसा लगा हमारे साथ बात करके
It was
थ्रू
great,
हमने
bro.
जब
It
से
was
आपको
great. Yeah, it was great. I mean, guys like you, young guys, are doing good stuff. I mean, this is something good that, and keep doing it. Just like I said, be very persistent and be very consistent with your content. Don't go to views and stuff. कि अभी views कितने आ रहे हैं. Just keep doing it. And even don't ever get discouraged कि views कम आ रहे हैं तो मैं नहीं कर रहा. Focus on what you want to do. If you're really good at it, keep doing it. That's what I would say. Keep doing
sure
it.
sir
I
will
love being here. I hope next time I come, you guys have made it like pretty big, and I'm pretty sure you guys will. You
thank you
guys
so
will.
much sir thank you
No
so
problem.
much